The following program contains scenes and language of a frank and explicit nature. Discretion is advised.
Here we are. Big day today, Darren. Big day. How are you, buddy?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. Did you notice my suit?
Yeah. I was trying to figure out why.
I'm not usually a tuxedo man, but today, episode 100 of Rare Form Radio. We did it. 100 episodes.
You did it.
Well, just pretty much all me. Let's be real here. Over the course of the last couple of years, I was abandoned by the entire Dark Matter crew and co-hosts.
And then you bribed.
Whoa, what the fuck, bro? Bro, Darren, get over here. Give me fucking headphones.
What the fuck is going on?
Bro, I thought we were fucking taking a break.
We are. We have
Just
that.
give them to me. Fucking, god damn it. Bro, I thought we're fucking taking a break.
No, we were.
A hiatus. And then I come to find out that you've been doing... What was my last episode? 70-something?
71.
And you're on 100, so you did like fucking 30 episodes without me?
Darren, what's happening, dude? What'd you do?
What did I do?
I'm fucking mortified. I'm in shock that you would do this to me. Fucking 12 years
Okay.
of doing 12 years of doing fucking radio with you. I say that I need a little fucking break because I'm going crazy and COVID and all this, and you're like, yeah, let's do it. We'll take a little break. Take a little break.
Is that you or me?
That's you.
Okay.
I think we'll take a little break. Okay. And then
weird.
I fucking weird. Really? Then I find out you've been fucking doing these shows. A station, a radio program you and I created together.
Yeah.
And you just... Danny Hollywood. That's his fucking new name because he's a backstabbing fucking piece of shit from Hollywood. Looking for fame and fortune all on his own.
I'd rather say he's from Boston. A piece of shit from Boston.
What I meant to say was, welcome to episode 29 of the Dan and Darren show. Rare Form has been on hold for 29 episodes.
How do I look? I can't get this.
You look beautiful.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are joined today for episode 100
Is this good?
It's great.
Is this a good look?
by my friend and my forever co-host, Todd Newman. Hey, how are you, buddy?
I'm good.
It's good to have you here.
Yeah, I guess it's good to be here. I mean,
You know how to make an entrance. That was pretty good. Unrehearsed, by the way.
yeah, I was completely unrehearsed.
Yeah. Off the
You
cuff.
had no idea I was coming.
I didn't even know you were coming today. I mean, I'm so surprised.
You and your fucking Heidis and Lisas and whoever the fuck else you have trying to replace me.
No. No one can replace you. But they do go above and beyond your abilities.
Yes, they do. Well,
how are you?
they actually care.
Yeah, it's true.
I don't really fucking care.
That's true. Why are you here today?
Because you asked me to come.
Oh, okay, cool. I'm regretting it already. I'm regretting it.
And it begged.
I was nervous to ask Todd if he wanted to come do this because I think I've been trying to be very, very respectful.
And you have.
You have. I understand people need breaks and
Although you have been very respectful, and I did need a break, and I was done for all intents and purposes, and you were very good about not hounding me.
Yep.
Which Dan can be a hound at times.
can't I?
He can, but look, you want what you want. There's nothing wrong with it either. All you can add, you have the philosophy of you don't get anywhere unless you ask, right?
Yeah.
So I could say no, I'm not ready, or I'm not doing it, or whatever.
Right.
But once I say yeah, maybe I'll do the 100 with you, then it becomes what day, what time? What do you think? You think we do it here? And I'm like, now I realize why I stopped doing it.
And why everyone has. So no joke. Once you left, almost 7 months ago, 6.5 months ago.
It's been that long?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I'm not kidding. I've never even alluded to this. I've had so much self-doubt about
And fun without me here.
You never let me finish. Okay. Yes, a lot of fun. No, but I have had to look inward and be like, do I push everyone creative away from me? Is it me? And Todd's going to say, yes, it is. I knew it's going to be a yes.
There's a little theory called the common denominator theory.
Fuck. I hate it. I hate this.
I can't figure out my hair situation.
I think it's good like that. I would pull a couple
of strands.
Tussles through, or tusses, or tuck it into the glasses.
How about like that?
It's really good. Little like a
flock of seagulls-y kind of,
or a gayer Edward Furlong.
Yeah,
which is good.
Gay long.
All about it.
I'm all about it.
So, what have you been doing for the last half a year?
I've been wondering for the last half a year how the fuck you got Darren to do this with you out of nowhere.
Darren, tell him the story. What happened? How did you come back into this fold?
You begged me?
I didn't fucking... Listen, I don't know why. Let's wrap this one up. It's been good to see everybody.
I'll tell you, I know how it went down. Dan said, he called Darren, said, hey, Darren.
Correct.
And he said, everybody abandoned me. I'm kind of feeling like maybe it's me, but, you know, maybe your tolerance is a little more than white people.
So. I hate it here. I hate it.
What is your problem, you insensitive asshole?
Aren't you so glad I'm back?
Honestly, I am. But let's clarify.
I'm not back. I'm doing the 100th episode with you. Yes.
Right. So before everyone gets too bummed out, it's just one show. So you guys can relax. But seriously, how has your last 6 months been? You've been, I mean, a lot has changed for everybody in the last 6 months. How has it been being home with the family and school and coming back in the normal world?
Well, I'll tell you this, being at home with the kids and the wife and everything, like, you know, for a long, long time is the basic reason why I agreed to come in today to do the 100th episode. I'm like, I got to get the fuck out of here.
And that is the truth, everybody. Those are not jokes.
That's not a joke. No, I don't know. It's been good here in LA. Like, it's starting to come back. Mm-hmm. But then again, there's part of me that was getting very used to not having to deal with people and like, don't fucking talk to me. I have a mask on. I can't see your stupid fucking face. Like, I wouldn't mind if the president came on TV and said, you don't have to wear a mask anymore, but everybody else still does.
Yeah.
Just so I don't have to look at fucking dumb sneers and stupid looks and at the fucking, at Starbucks or wherever, like, you know, oh, can I get a double espresso? Huh?
Yeah. Yep.
Huh?
I told you on one of our last shows together that I started making faces to people under the mask.
Yeah, yeah.
And I'm currently trying to unlearn that behavior because I know
now
that
you're doing it without the mask.
Masks are going away, and they can go away by the time this airs.
Yeah.
LA, California might have different laws.
Yeah.
So I'm worried that I'm going to have my mask off and be sticking my tongue out at people. And they're like, "Sir, do you have downs? What's up? What's up with your face?"
Because you're just like, it's a constant perpetual state of tongue out, like
it's kind of that. So I spunded nonstop. But
the thing I fucking hate about the mask is I started getting fucking like breakouts.
I've heard that a lot. I didn't get any.
I
of
get
that really.
sensitive skin.
You probably all your ointments and creams and
they don't work
lotions.
Apparently.
Try not doing it.
No, I can't. I need my beauty creams.
I've hated. Traffic has become, it's almost like nothing ever happened.
That's the worst part about the whole fucking thing. Because like, it was like one day, it was just back. The traffic was just back.
And it was like 2 months ago, 3 months ago.
Yeah.
I remember the first time I got beeped at or honked at for the first time in like a year. And it like, anxiety it filled me up to my lips with anger.
Well, dude, that's a fucking real thing. That's why the shootings are up and all that kind of stuff on the highway and road rage is way up.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, it is. I saw a whole special on it, like, I don't know, a few weeks ago. There was like a rash on the 91. I forget which fucking freeway. There was like 4 or 5 shootings, like just from road rage, not from like, there was that one story where the kids were shooting BB guns at people. At the cars and stuff, like that's fucking kids fucking around. But like true legitimate road rage incidents have been way up, and it's because everybody's been pent up for a year and a half. You get in your car, that's your space.
It's your world, yeah.
You know, so like people who wouldn't be volatile necessarily, like walking down the street, are way more on alert when they're in their car because that's their personal space. So you get out. and start driving around, and you've been unobstructed or not driving as much, but unobstructed because there's not as much traffic.
That's it.
And then the traffic starts hitting and people are losing their fucking minds, including me.
Yeah.
You know, like, it's like, you motherfucker. I'm screaming. The kids are like, Dad. And I'm like, well, that guy was a motherfucker.
Our tolerance.
I'm not like, I'm sorry. Don't take that cue from your father. I'm like, no, this is how you do it, kids.
This is a teaching moment. That person is
Take
wrong.
note, children.
Yeah, I think all of our tolerance is just so low and not used to all this stuff. And like anxiety is just sky high. Darren wouldn't know. He doesn't drive, right? You don't know.
I don't know.
Where do you get most of your anxiety from on a daily basis?
Probably in my head. Just being in my head.
Can't get away from that.
Like, can't get away from that dumb
Like,
head of
think
mine.
thoughts in your head like, oh, I hope they don't know I'm gay. Like that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
There's
something like
nothing
that.
wrong with it. You live in the perfect city.
Well,
And at the perfect time.
nothing wrong with it. I mean,
Yeah.
gross.
It's at the perfect time to come out. Like, you know, there's so much to offer for people of your proclivity.
And honestly, like if we're celebrating today, it's episode 100. I mean, I want you to feel comfortable enough to like let us know that like who you really are.
I think for the 100th episode, we should allow him, not allow, but like hook it up for him to suck 100 dicks live.
What about each of us 50 times?
Or each of us 50 times. If
Today.
That works. Yeah.
Today.
Yeah. I already got 25 before you even came in.
Oh fuck, Darren, do you want to talk to us about anything? You want to let us know?
I'm good.
You want to keep it yourself for a little bit longer?
Yeah.
Maybe episode 116. Anyway,
Fit in those extra 16 dicks.
there you go. Anyway, Darren, just know that like we love you no matter what.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I loved you more when you were a straight guy, but like Todd and I still love you, buddy.
That's reassuring.
Yeah. So you still painting?
You know, I've slowed down on the painting only because I haven't done it. No, I've slowed down on the painting a little bit because, God damn it, I just can't get comfortable. I've slowed down on the painting because where I was painting, you know, we got all remodeled and everything, and I lost the flow of it for a minute.
It's like the gym.
Yeah, but now I'm getting back into it, and I've already started a few things, so
Good.
I will reveal them at the 200th episode.
Since the summer's coming, it's more beach oriented, like ocean and boats and.
It's still exploding hearts coming out of dead skeleton stuff.
Well, I want more because I think one of my favorite things that you've brought to the world in the last year is the art shit. I
thank you.
talked about it a bunch, but I really, really love it. Have you seen his shit, Darren?
No, I haven't.
Cool. You should follow him on Instagram. He has a lot of he's a
Oh, yeah.
pretty incredible painter.
Oh, I thought those were pictures.
No, that's how good they are.
That's how fucking good they are, my
well, I
friend.
mean, to be clear,
Or are they-
some of his posts are photographs of like him or his family. Yeah.
They're all photographs, but yeah, they're big. They're like,
okay.
you know, 30 by 40 wood canvases and
Do you
stuff
sell
like that. No.
I think one look pretty good on this brick wall here, I'd say.
Yeah, maybe I'll donate one
All right.
to the cause.
I like it.
All right, I'll see you guys later. Thank you
Cool,
very
dude.
much.
Had a
100.
blast. Had a blast. I did want to. We're talking about like people getting crazy and getting anxiety ridden. People are starting to go back to the beaches all over America. And I heard a story the other day of a guy was sunbathing in Miami, and someone just walked up to him and shot him in the mouth while he was just napping on the beach. Completely random attack.
I've done that before.
Been shot in the mouth or shot in the mouth?
No, I've
his
shot.
dick.
Yeah, cum. Oh, you were talking about a gun. I thought you were talking about shot cum into someone's sleeping mouth.
I knew you were going to say that.
Of course you did.
And they wake up all upset. You're like, well, I thought you wanted this.
It's been a while, folks. I got to get it all out.
Here's the place. This is the place, dude.
Yeah, that's fucking insane.
Yeah, unprovoked, just like life's getting back to normal. I'm gonna go to the beach today and lay out and getting a pistol in your mouth. The guy didn't die though.
That's a bad shot.
Yeah, I don't know how you miss.
I shot a sleeping guy in the mouth and nothing happened to him. Imagine going back to the block and telling all your homies that.
But that is precisely why I don't go to the beach.
Yeah. And for me, it's also the sand.
Oh yeah, all of it.
Are
The
we
sand,
all beach haters
The
here?
sun.
Oh, you too?
I hate the beach.
Why?
Because it's awful.
Yeah, it is.
Every
It's awful.
way.
Yeah. The only
possible?
time I enjoy the beach, which I'm going there in a couple weeks or a month, to Hawaii. The beach
heard it's
there,
beautiful.
It's different.
it's different. Yeah. And you're in that setting, and that's what it's about. And the water's fucking clean and like, whatever.
the air smells
The
good.
air smells good. Like, and you just don't give a fuck too. But like in Los Angeles, to go to the beach, because my kids will want to go, hey, let's go to the beach. I'm like, fuck that. Run around in the sprinkler.
That's it. Take a shower and put some dirt in there.
Yeah, take a shower. There's sand in everything. Even if you're as careful as you can be, you have sand everywhere, all over your body, all over anything you bring there, all over your fucking car. And it's just, I don't know, it's too hot and it's just gross.
It ruins your drinks. It ruins your food.
It
ruins everything.
it's everything. The beach is a fucking, it's hell. It's hell on earth, the beach.
And it hurts to walk on.
Yeah.
It's so bad for your joints and your muscles and
Yeah,
your
you're like-
calves.
Like
No step is
they-
smooth.
you can't fucking look cool on the beach when you're walking on the beach.
It is true.
Then you try and be like cool for a second, like
No.
and then you're like, oh my
You'll
god,
hit
oh
a
my
dip.
god.
I think I blew my fucking knee out.
But then it gets hot, and
yeah,
you're like,
you
fuck,
can't hide from it. You cannot hide from it.
Is this because we're city people, you think?
I'm not a city person. I grew up in the suburbs. So like to me, like we would go to like Hampton Beach, which was like the shittiest, dumpiest beach on the East Coast, where there was like needles everywhere.
Yeah.
Like Needle Beach. But like also all the water back east is freezing cold, as it is in LA. People think that
Yeah,
the
it's
water
not, yeah.
it's like 50 something degrees.
Where did you ever go to the beach? Did you go to Orchard Beach?
I've been, yeah.
Yeah.
Which is a piece of shit.
It's a fucking armpit of America.
Where is that?
It's like in the Bronx, like off of
yeah.
It's in
and
New
then
York.
Jersey Shore is awful.
Oh, it's disgusting.
Yeah.
I like the Jersey Shore to like the boardwalk is like fun kind of for maybe 45
true.
minutes.
Yeah, but it's
But I
also
never been
fun
on the
when you're
beach.
like 15.
Right.
You know what I
there's
mean?
arcades
That's
and
the
shit.
other thing too. Like we would go to Jones Beach when I was a kid and drive out there to Long Island and go out to Jones Beach, and it was like okay when you're with a group of kids,
Right.
but like once you hit like, for me like 19 was the cutoff. Like I'm done.
And
I don't
women-
ever have to go to the fucking beach again.
Well, grown women enjoy the beach more than grown men, right?
Yeah, because they get to sit there and do nothing, which is what they love to do.
Then I should love it. That's what I excel in. We all know that.
Just kidding.
We all know that. I mean, for fuck's sake. Jones Beach. You mentioned Jones Beach.
Yeah.
That might be my favorite venue as far as
See
all
shows.
the outdoor sheds to work at.
Right.
It's such a vibey
Yeah.
spot. Have you seen shows there before?
Oh, tons.
Give me some of your best ones at Jones Beach.
I went to a couple of Lollapaloozas,
Ooh.
which were great because you're there all day and there's a million things to do.
Yeah,
and there's
Jones
shit
Beach-
all around the
Yeah.
venue. So
If you're looking at the stage, behind
mean,
it
these
is the
were-
water.
yeah, these were early Lollapaloozas.
Damn.
This was like Eddie Vedder climbing up the whole fucking top of the thing and singing and
My first Lollapalooza was like 2003.
right.
I missed all the awesome.
Yeah.
All the good
these were
stuff.
in the 90s.
Did you go to the first one, the first couple, with Nine Inch Nails or Ministry or
Yeah, I went to the
Rage?
Ministry.
92, I think.
Yeah. That was, I think, right when I moved, right before I moved out here. Maybe one of the last shows I saw in New York.
God, I really wish I didn't miss that stuff. But I was like 11 and 12
Yeah.
when those happened.
I'm trying to think.
Any good metal shows at Jones Beach? Metallica's or Ozzy's?
Yeah,
or
I saw
Cruz?
Metallica at Jones Beach.
That's pretty great.
I saw Metallica also with Ozzy, open up for Ozzy at the Meadowlands.
Jesus,
That's nice.
Yeah, which was fucking.
it's a hell of a bill.
Yeah.
Did you ever see?
They kind of blew Ozzy off the stage.
I can believe it.
Not
That's when they were young and hungry.
Yeah, not in
and-
the sense of like that they were better, but they were just so. There's a new thing around. This is beyond the Iron Maidens, and this is the new school of Motorhead. You know, like that
Right.
fast thrash music. So I went to see them.
Okay.
I had seen Ozzy before, and his shows are fucking unbelievable. When I say blew him off, he didn't blow him off the stage. It was just a different thing. Like, wow, these guys are going to be one of the biggest bands in the world.
Was that with Cliff?
Yeah. Oh man, Master of Puppets.
Oh my God. 86.
Mm-hmm.
God damn.
I saw him a couple of times,
I'm very jealous of that.
and you get mesmerized watching Cliff Burton because it's just his head the whole time. Boom, boom, boom.
And Metallica, they historically they all move. They're all fun, but Cliff was like the guy.
Yeah.
We had a whole Cliff episode a few shows ago just talking
I
about
wouldn't
how
know anything about that, would
no, I was on the Dan and Darren show when Darren wasn't there. It was just the Dan show.
The Double D show?
Yeah. You and I are both huge movie buffs.
Mm-hmm.
Have you seen that Indiana Jones is in hot water right now?
No.
Raiders of the Lost Ark. Someone, as always happens with cancel culture, someone brought up the point that Marion, played by what the hell's her name? The main girl in Raiders.
I forget.
For fuck's sake!
I
Anyway,
can see her face.
the main girl in it. When Indy first goes to meet her at the bar, she punches him in the face and says something about like, "How could you do that to me? I was in love with you. I was a child." She makes that comment, which I remember that.
Right.
So now people are accusing Indy of being a pedophile. Your thoughts? So apparently, like, she was 16 or something, and he was 26.
But here's the thing. Okay, you're accusing him of being a pedophile for one line that she says, right? That she says, I was a child. Well, what about like all the killing he did, like all the murdering, like that they're fine with that.
Well, those were Nazis.
But I'm just saying,
Of course.
And the other thing too is people, it's a movie. This isn't real. It didn't happen, which is why this is how fucking stupid people are. And I'm stealing this from Dave Chappelle right now.
Please. If you're going to steal,
but he's like,
people,
he'll steal from the best. But he makes a point in one of his acts where he's like, and it's funny too, actually, he uses Indiana Jones in this example. He's like, that people are so fucking stupid is the point that he's making. He's like that when you're in a movie, what do they say when they have to give a phone number? 555-555-555. And it's like, because if you gave a real number, people would call the number and he goes, let me speak to Indiana Jones. So he uses that actually example. So it actually has come full circle. But yeah, people are fucking stupid and it's not real. It's a fucking movie. So they did the same thing with some of the John Hughes movies, because like in The Breakfast Club where he's under the table, Bender, and he looks between her legs and they show a little shot of her underwear and he starts moving forward. Like, that's rapey and da-da-da-da, blah. Yeah. But they don't make that now. Because of all you fucking people. There's no entertainment anymore because of the way the world is.
Even though it still happens in real life.
Yeah, and
aren't those people
so
existent?
Yes.
But that was a movie then.
Yeah.
And we're living in now, and things are different now. And it's funny, and maybe it's because of where I live and who I decide to have conversations with. But like, I'm pretty broad, like all over the world. I have people that I know. I haven't heard one fucking person say, that's just appalling what they said in 1970 about the thing. Like, I don't know who these fucking people are. And I feel like it's like 10 people that have masterfully used social media and to like make waves. And I really feel like it's someone on Twitter says, Indiana Jones is a pedophile. And then they walk away.
Yep.
And they're gone. And they
throw a hand grenade.
Whew, and it's fucking everything's on fire.
Yeah.
And I really don't think that a lot of people agree with the way that the world is right now.
I would say the majority do not.
Yeah.
I think most people are like, we don't need
How do we
this.
stop it, though? Like, it's out of control. There's no way to stop it.
I mean, that's literally why you and I started the show, was to try to combat that kind of stuff. And then you abandon us, so our plight is frozen right now.
Well, I abandoned it because I happen to know that you're a pedophile.
Oh shit! How do you know? Who told you?
I'll tell you how.
Dude,
I know.
he told you?
No,
the little boy told you.
No, he didn't tell me. I'll tell you how I know. By the look in your eyes.
Fuck.
I could just see it.
This one?
The windows into the pedophilia soul.
Hey, Todd, how your kids doing? They still young and tender? They look so innocent and delicious.
No, I mean, look, there's been a few things that have been good about, let's get the Harveys out of here. Let's get the real fucking predatory people and people who have fucking serious criminal illnesses. I'm all for that.
Yes, please. Yeah.
But like, it's hard for a fucking comedian to even say anything now. And like, that's their job.
Oh, that's been on all the podcasts I listen to. They're all comedians, and that's their biggest fear and anger is like, so comedians can't make jokes now.
I just read something today online about Cat Williams, the comedian, and he said, if you're worried about cancel culture canceling you for something you say, you weren't that fucking funny to begin with. And I kind of agree with him on that, because there are those people that are still doing their thing and making it relevant by talking about it, you know? But like, it's fucking insane. Like, it wasn't like this in the, you know, McCarthyism 50s where it was like, you know, people were accusing people of being communists because just they didn't like you. Like, I've never fucking seen anything like this. It's insane.
Yeah.
And it makes
It's a first for our lifetime.
It does make you want to just give up. Like, the world is over. It's done. Like, this is the ending.
We tried, everybody.
Yeah, we tried.
We tried our best.
But fucking, you know.
No dice.
You know, Jimmy on fucking Twitter fucking made a comment, and now no one can fucking laugh at anything that's askew.
We've become the peanut allergy on the airplane.
Yeah.
Where one person has a problem with peanuts.
Yeah.
No peanuts for anybody.
Did I ever go into the peanut allergy story when I was still doing radio here?
I don't think so. Probably, but like, do it
All
again.
right, so
It's been a while.
I was on a flight. It was like the first flight that I was on in the midst of COVID.
Okay.
And so everybody's masked and stuff like that. And the stewardess comes up to me and she says, just to let you know, sir, we have a peanut allergy on the plane. So if you have any, we won't be serving any, you know, things with nuts in it. But if you have anything that you've brought, snack bars, protein bars that have peanuts, we'll ask you to refrain. Okay, no problem. Okay. You know, like, I don't want to kill anybody. So,
well, you do, but.
So the flight goes, and I'm fucking getting starving. I'm like, I have a thing in my bag.
You actually had some.
So I'm like, ate a little bit of it, no problem. Like, the peanuts are all the way in the fucking caramel and chocolate. There's no way it's flying around here.
I've not heard the story,
Wait,
by the way.
then that's nothing. That's just an incidental. I don't even know if I really did that. I might be making that part up to make myself look
For the
more
sake of the
devious.
story, this
Yeah.
really happened.
But this is the essence of the story. So they're serving dessert. Like, you know, it's like 45 minutes left in the flight, and they're giving a last little thing. And this dessert comes with like a little ice cream and a cookie on the side, and there's fucking peanuts all over, wide out in the open.
Fucking
I'm
YOLO.
So I'm looking around, and everybody's got one. Like, you know, pretty much like a good over 60% of the plane has gotten served this dessert thing. So I wait a minute, and then that same stewardess walks by, and I say, "Excuse me, miss, what happened to the peanut allergy?" Like, and she goes like this. I'll do it into camera so people can see. She goes,
Give him the solid, yeah.
she goes like this. And she goes, "Oh my God." I was like,
So
yeah.
there's like thousands of peanuts now all over the
There's
place.
thousands of peanuts all over the plane. And what her, it was hilarious. I mean, literally, the fear that spread throughout from the pupils of her eyes to her entire face and then body was like she could have killed this person. And
It's like
she was drained of blood.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like the scene in that Chernobyl show when the first leak happens, and
But
like,
here's the thing. Yeah. She and her cohorts went to every passenger and said something to them. It's like, how do you forget that? You know, like, she
Yep.
just forgot.
you have one thing that you can't serve people.
Yeah. And she
someone's
just
like,
straight up forgot. She's like,
a machine gun, like the t-shirt gun of
throwing
peanuts.
Yeah. So now I'm watching her. Now I'm intrigued. Like, is someone gonna
Oh,
fucking
for you,
go nuts?
this is the best
on
part of your
yeah.
flight. Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, it's something to occupy my time. I'm like, who is it? Who's the one who's gonna just, you know, just start fucking, they keep constricting and they can't breathe.
Because you've been wondering the whole flight, which
And
one
I
is
do
it?
have a niece that has a peanut allergy, and I think a lot of the peanut allergy shit is bullshit, but it is a true thing, though. It does exist, you know. And my niece has had, like, they have to walk around with an EpiPen and all that, like. and she's gotten
she'll go into
dosed.
shock.
Yeah, and it's fucking not. It's a trip to the hospital. It's not fun. But I'm like, all right, who's the person? And like, I'm like, are they gonna make an announcement? Now I'm watching the stewardess. Like, what's she gonna do? What's the solution here?
Oh my
Is she
God.
gonna get on and say, everybody, don't move? You know, like we're gonna come.
Put your hands in the air.
Yeah. And she just
let it go, let it roll.
Whispered to a couple of the other stewardesses, and they never fucking made an
Oh
announcement.
my God!
Are you
And
serious?
no one got. I mean, not that I know of. Not on the plane anyway.
No one
You
got
know?
wheeled off in a stretcher when you guys landed.
There was no reaction to it or anything. Yeah.
I wonder if that person who had the allergy was like in a middle seat and being like, "What the fuck? I was told I was going to be safe here.
Yeah.
It's all around me."
Or if it was just some prankster like, I have a peanut allergy, to deny everyone
That's a
of
fun
peanuts.
game.
And
Do you tell them about allergies when you book the ticket or
I
when you're
think
about
when
to
you
get
book
on?
the ticket, I think. I mean, if I had a legitimate allergy to something, I would tell them when I booked the ticket. I would tell them when I got on. I would tell them at the desk before I got on. Like I would wear a sign around my neck. I would have a megaphone. Like,
A no peanuts hat.
Yeah. Yeah, with the fucking big red thing with the fucking line through it. Yeah, but yeah, so and I was one mortified in one way, but in a humorous way, and I was just like, and there was also a note of pride that I was able, like that she didn't know yet when I said, "Excuse me, miss." She had no idea.
You would
and
think
no one else said anything.
It's probably
to
a
her.
crew of what, 3 or 4 stewards, right?
Yeah,
Flight
yeah,
attendants.
Yeah. They're like 2
Like,
in the back, 1 in the front.
They
I mean,
all know that, like,
I was sitting in first class, so I don't know what was going on in the back.
obviously, obviously, that is fucking amazing.
It's like, maybe we better close that curtain before someone starts fucking dying.
I feel like if I had that allergy, I think I'd be too embarrassed to tell the airlines. I think I'd rather drive to wherever I was going.
Well, look, it was also a masked flight the whole time. So it could have been that the person was wearing a mask.
Listen,
They didn't breathe anything in.
Masks
Who
don't
knows?
work. We know that.
No, I know they don't work.
Fauci said at the beginning.
Yeah.
Fauci said day one, masks don't
His
work.
leaked
and
emails,
things don't change.
His leaked emails really just told us that they don't fucking work.
Yeah, that's apparently. Have you followed that story at all?
A little. When it first broke, I was like, oh, and then I was like, I don't fucking care. Yeah. Oh, the guy didn't tell the everything. Like, who does?
Right,
Like
right.
in any kind of position of anything.
And also at the beginning, they didn't think masks did anything because they don't for a lot of airborne diseases.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
anyway, we don't need to talk about COVID at all
Yeah.
because it's over,
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
It's over with. COVID is gone, right, Darren?
So they say.
Yeah. That's a really good story. I'm gonna for old time's sake, I'm gonna play this for the flight attendant.
All right. This motherfucker.
Feels good. I haven't used that in 6.5 months.
As I hope you wouldn't.
Yeah.
You could use it. I think it would integrate me into the show still. I'd feel a part of things.
I will keep doing it. We still do use the Lola ending.
The Lola ending.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll get the kids to record some new ones.
But they're adults now.
Although Luca's like, his will be like, listen to rare form radio. I'm like,
it's an old
Does he
school radio
overdo it?
voice. I mean, he's a man.
no, he's like fucking his voice is dropped. His
got a-
balls have dropped. He shaves.
He's got a mustache.
How old is he?
He's 15.
Oh, damn.
He's almost 6 feet tall.
what?
Yeah.
Is he for real?
Mm-hmm.
As an Asian?
Yeah.
Jesus, like Yao Ming over there.
Yeah, I know. And he, like, my wife does have a couple uncles that are 6 foot tall, so like it's not out of the question.
Okay,
but
so it
I
is
was
in the-
looking at him a few times, like, there's no way you're my kid.
He's taller than you now?
Oh yeah, by a lot. Yeah, look. I don't know if you saw this.
Jesus Christ.
Is he stronger?
No.
No.
Never. Isn't it weird? Like, it takes like 40 years to become stronger than your dad.
Yeah.
You know?
It
Like,
does.
dad's
I wouldn't know
Yeah,
mine
yeah,
left.
Oh, that's so black. Dude. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Wow.
Look at how much taller he is than me.
Damn.
Show the camera. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, he's huge.
You're a good dad. You know that?
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. You're a good dad. You say the kindest things about your kids on social media. You know what I mean?
Well, that's
When you
just for social media so that this CPS doesn't come after me. I'm like, look at the post. What are you
Oh,
talking
then we're on the
about?
phone and he calls his daughter a cunt or
Proud.
something.
I'm very proud of these fucking kids.
Look. I would never kick them in the teeth.
No, they are both really good kids, so it's easy.
Which one gives you less problems?
My son.
That makes sense.
I mean, my daughter's a woman, so she gives more problems.
Mm-hmm.
Hers, it's weird because it's actually easier to deal with her in a weird way because she's consistent since infancy. She's demanding and has a way about her that you've had to learn to deal with, but it's constant. Where my son is cool and mellow, and then when he does have a fucking issue or flip the fuck out, it's like, whoa, dude. So he's easier on a day-to-day basis, but his flip outs are harder to deal with in the moment because he doesn't have them as often.
Got you. Got you.
But it's been a little rough, with them being stuck in the house. They went back to school for a few weeks, and then they're at summer, so it's...
Oh, that's weird.
Yeah.
So a little bit of normal life from a year ago.
But even not that normal because they go back to school, but they're still wearing masks. They still got to fucking stay away from each other. There's dividers on the fucking thing. It's he doesn't... The kids don't understand what they're missing by just interacting with other human beings their age,
especially at that age.
Even if they're not, because Luke is I could stay home because he likes to play games. He plays his guitar. He's a homebody. He likes that. Whereas my daughter's way more social. Couldn't wait to get back to school, and he was I don't care if I never fucking go back.
Had a boy.
But
Same.
I see these little things starting to happen, and I'm you don't understand the value of just walking down a hallway, even if you're not friends with all those kids, of just the energy of other kids your age being in your ethos.
Right.
And that is that is a social thing that's necessary and that needs developing.
And gaining a sense of humor and just joking with your friends.
Yeah. And just navigating shit.
Sure.
So.
And his son, right when kind of all the shit started, he's getting right at that age of this when you start going to parties and meeting girls or a guy, whatever he's into.
Yeah.
And when you start getting interested in that kind of shit. And then it's nope.
Yeah.
You got to take a year off, a year plus.
Yeah.
In some of the most crucial couple years of one's life.
100%. Yeah.
I'm curious
so I tried to get him out as much, as I could, take him for drives, stuff like that, and walk around places, but it's not the same.
How old is he? I'm sorry.
He's 15.
Is he going to get a license?
Yeah, I've already started taking him to empty lots at night.
Oh, he's driven already.
Yeah.
I can't believe how many kids just don't give a shit about driving anymore.
Even my daughter, who's younger, but she's she'll want to when she gets to that age where she's I'll just fucking Uber. I'm no, you won't. I'll fucking smack the shit out of you before you start Ubering around.
I just don't understand.
Because they have it too cushy. I couldn't wait to get my freedom to be able to leave on my own terms and get back.
Yep.
How old were you?
When I was driving.
Were you driving in New York?
Yeah, I was driving.
Really?
Yeah.
I couldn't wait to get on the train.
I used to take my father's car when I was 12. I was my daughter's age, and I could never imagine them not having the balls to do it, but knowing what to do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? How to get the key and the thing and the ignition and put it in. But me and my friends used to joyride all the time when we were underage.
It's insane to me. And
somebody's brother had a car and we took the keys and you know what I mean?
I was so excited to, like you said, have the freedom, but I just wanted to drive a car and I still enjoy it. Oh, dude, guys, I'm in full midlife crisis mode. Let me show you what I bought the other day.
Oh, that's awesome. What year is that?
I bought a 1972 Bronco.
Very nice.
Nice.
I'm an idiot. I'm a stupid fucking idiot.
That's him trying to.
That's nice though.
Trying to prove to the world he's heterosexual.
Is it working?
Nah,
dude, pussy. Am I right? Dude, gash, fucking beaver. You guys love it as much as I do. I love vagina holes. Yeah. A few months ago, I bleached my hair, and now I'm buying old cars that I can't afford in a time when I'm not making a living.
Right.
I don't know what the fuck I'm doing.
Fuck it. The world's ending anyway. What are you
That's
saving up for?
That's how I feel.
You don't have kids?
No, I don't.
That's the thing is I got to really I can't really get this thing because
But I'll figure it out later.
2 kids in fucking private school, but whatever. But yeah, you don't have any kids. Anybody who I talk to is this and that and this and that. I'm you don't have kids. It's fine.
Well, here's the thing.
My
So
stock answer.
I ordered like there's a new Bronco that's coming out this year, brand new one, the first one in 25 years. I reserved one. I have one on order, and all the money I've been saving to pay for that just went to that, and I'm still going to get the new one, and I don't know how I'm going to, no idea how I'm going to do
serious?
it. Yes. I don't know.
Do you know how to work on that one?
Yeah.
Do you know how to work on cars?
I
Because that's
grew
what I
up-
always tell. I'm like, do not get a fucking old classic car unless you know how to fix it yourself.
I grew up like cranking on engines and doing brakes, and I had 2 Broncos when I was in high school.
More
And-
beard stuff for the covering up the gay thing.
Just like vagina.
I used to work on cars
I'm all
when I was a
about-
kid.
I'm all about,
Tranny,
you
changing
know,
the trannies.
Phillips heads and vagina holes. That's like my whole life. Vagina holes and working on cars, stomping fags. You know, I mean gays. I mean,
Oh man, you might have to bleep that one out. Or
fuck
you're gonna
that.
get canceled.
This is my show. I don't give a shit
Look,
anymore.
back in my day, fucking working on a tranny meant a completely different thing as it does now.
Darren knows what that's all about, doesn't he?
I know a comedian who uses that joke.
Oh, really? What's the setup? What's the
He
joke?
goes, some, and I blew a tranny.
Yeah, I blew a tranny. Yeah, blew a tranny. I've seen it on a meme. That's where I got it from.
That's
so,
pretty good.
Yeah.
But yeah, I do know how to do a lot of stuff. I should have it in a couple weeks. I don't know the extent of what it needs done, but I spent way too much. I'm. It was like a panic buy. I knew I wanted it, but I also knew there's a bunch of other people looking at it.
Right.
And when I decide I want something, like I can't.
Yeah.
The idea of someone else grabbing it, I'm like, no.
You don't have to tell me about addiction because it still lives in me, bro. When it comes to something I want, like buying it wise, I just fucking get it. I'm like, fuck it.
Yeah.
Well, what about the kids' tuition? Fuck them.
Well, they'll figure it out.
Fuck them. They'll figure it out.
If they want to go to school, they can
Let
figure
them
it out.
cry to their shrink in fucking 20 years about how horrible I was.
Perfect. Anything new and fun that you've bought for yourself? Do you want to share?
Not really. I mean, not that I don't want to share. I haven't really.
I've slowed down a bunch.
I did get a new watch.
Did you? What'd you get?
I'm wearing it right now.
Oh, I don't know. What is it? Ooh. Green is my color.
I know.
I'm into that.
It's the green bezel sub. It's hard to get. So
course it
when
is.
I had the opportunity, I was like, I'm getting it.
Todd
It's
has
hard to
never
get.
gotten a watch that's easy to get.
Yeah, I don't like when
It's not fun.
I can't go into the store and like I'll take that one.
Right.
That's not the rush I'm getting.
You want a watch that you'll never bump into someone kind of wearing the same one.
Well, I'll bump into someone wearing the same one, but the person wearing the same one knows what I went through to get it.
Sure.
Because
Mutual
if they
respect.
have it, there's a
It's like when you're a
buyer's-
soldier, you pass
buyer's
someone,
respect.
you pass
Yeah.
someone with a purple heart or
Yeah,
some
yeah.
kind of like,
Yeah,
man, me too. I've been through some shit.
that's my only real addiction.
Perfect.
Still.
I'm gonna take a piss break.
Okay.
If that works for you. Also, I'm gonna
He's got what he's really got to do is he's got to go jerk off because of all the tranny talk that just went on.
All the male influence in the room.
that's not true, guys. I am
He's
so
gonna
straight.
pee after the show. It's gonna be cloudy from all the cum that's been backed up from the boners that he's had all show.
If you must know, I'm gonna go pee in the toilet, pretend it's cum going into vagina holes. Because that is my passion.
Because that's what you need to tell yourself to not blow your head off.
God, why did I have you come back? Also, while we're on break, we did something. Well, I did something fun for the viewers. You guys can watch that video right now, and we'll be back in a minute. I have some very exciting news to tell you guys about. Since we are celebrating the 100th episode of this fine podcast, YouTube super show that not many people watch, I wanted to do something fun, and I found an artist. Well, I've been following an artist for quite a while, and I first found her through Eagles of Death Metal. She has done concert posters for them, for the Stray Cats. She's done flyers for bands. Very talented woman, and her name is the one and only TC Austin. How are you?
Oh, I get applause.
You get applause.
Lucky me. Oh, good.
You get applause.
I'd like to thank the Academy.
And God. Don't forget God.
Oh, God and Jesus, both. Yeah.
And the Academy again.
And the Academy, yeah.
And then you got to end on
Jesus again.
Correct. That's right.
And my mom and dad.
Perfect. You're very good at this. You're
Thank
very
you.
good.
I've rehearsed in my car all the way here. The whole 45 minutes I sat in traffic.
Very well done. Very well done. Thank you for coming, by the way. I kind of mentioned it on the intro here, but I asked you maybe a month or two months ago.
I, have no
I hit
concept
you
of
up.
time. I don't have a job, so
I saw your work on Instagram, on Twitter. I think, did you used to listen to Dark Matter a little bit?
yes,
Okay, that's where I first heard of you, because we had
probably.
Jesse from Eagles on.
Yeah,
I started following him, I believe, and then somehow through that I found your work.
yeah,
And you're an artist. You went to art school.
yeah. I mean, yeah. I went to state school, but yeah.
Say it more confident. Like, yes, I'm a fucking artist.
Hell yeah, dude! I went to state school. What's up?
Hell yeah. And I saw some of your poster work, and I was honestly blown away by it. Truthfully.
That sounded really monotone, but I meant it.
No, I mean for real, it was cool shit. It was right up my alley as far as things that I like about concert posters and capturing. I mean, the whole thing is about capturing a vibe, I would assume. Like when you're starting a new poster, what is your intention? What are you trying to do?
Intention.
Or not a poster, but any piece of art that you do.
Sell them? No, I'm kidding.
Perfect.
Well, got bills to pay.
And that's why we're here. No, I'm
yeah.
kidding.
Hey, what's up? I have a Patreon too. No, I'm kidding. But
No, she's not.
I'm actually not though. Please, I have bills. But I'm never gonna be invited back.
Truth.
No, as far as like, I don't know if I necessarily have like intention per se, but I feel like often there's like something like that I'll start with, whether it be a specific vibe in mind or even something like a color palette, or I've done the stuff that I did for Eagles. Usually what happens is that Jesse will just say, I need a poster for this show, do whatever you want, which is terrifying. But it also just gives me kind of the freedom to do.
That's what I was going to ask. When you said
Whatever.
terrifying, I was wondering if the freedom was also a good part or a bad part, because you don't know where to start.
Right. Well, it's both. That's the thing about that, is that on one hand, it's nice being able to do whatever I want, but on the other hand, having some constraints gives me something to work with. Like segueing into what we did, you told me a little bit about like, I guess yourself as a person, kind of, and so that gave me something to work with and a vibe to work with.
Oh, so before you go any further,
I sent you a Pinterest board because I'm white, so I made one. And
I should probably mention that like the reason that you're here is because I asked you to do a poster for Rare Form to kind of like celebrate our 100th episode.
yeah,
I haven't actually said that yet, so
no, you haven't.
I'm
picking up your slack.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that. So, I asked you if you'd be interested. I don't know you well at all, but like I was like,
thankfully,
I like right. I like your art, and I didn't even think that maybe you wouldn't do it. I don't know, but I asked you, and you said yes, and you seemed enthusiastic about it.
I was very enthusiastic. Yeah, no, it seems, honestly, it's not actually normally something that I would do, mostly because I feel like a lot of the time the artwork and stuff that I see for podcasts and other like, I don't know, internet media, that sounds pretentious, but it's the vibe is a little bit different than something that might be asked of me for like a show poster or a flyer or something like that. I've noticed that it doesn't always overlap that much, but what you wanted and like who you are generally as a person seemed to sort of fit in with the stuff that I normally do. So it wasn't something that would be wildly outside of my wheelhouse. And in fact, when you were like, you gave me like some sort of things that you maybe wanted or whatever, and my immediate instinct was like, oh, okay, great, perfect. That's probably something like what I would have done anyway.
That's kind of what you said. Like I kind of explained like I like horror movies. I love the desert, and maybe what I was drawn to about your work is there is like an overly like Western feel to the kind of stuff that you do on your own. Like when you're left to your own devices.
A little bit, yeah. Like it gets a little yeehaw, and like there's just
awesome.
No, honestly, because it's like I told you this when you were like, oh, you should come talk about it, and I was like, fucking why? Like I was like, I'm just like some weird like cowboy that like wandered into doing art for people in bands. I was like, what the fuck? Like,
and that's why you're perfect for this, really.
No, I almost wore a cowboy hat, so honestly, you're lucky that I didn't. It could have been worse.
Cool. Well, I'm happy you didn't either, because We don't allow any cowboy hats in this room. So we had a little discussion, like I said, like you were saying, about what I was hoping it would be and like the reason for doing it. And you kind of explained to me that when you're given like a task or a project, you don't really want to explain what you're going to do. You just kind of want to.
It makes you sound like such an ass.
No, but you are an artist, and everyone has their own way of doing it. Like you don't want tons of direction, which is good because I don't really know how to give it either. So you basically said to me, just let me figure something out, and I'll send it to you in like a week or something like that.
Yeah, that feels right. That sounds like something I would say.
Something like that. And you're like, you may hate it, you may love it, but it's going to be what it is, or we're not doing it. Basically, it was kind of.
To be fair, I didn't threaten you.
No. But you kind of said like, I do this thing. This is the idea that I have. Yeah. And if you like it, cool. If not.
I mean, if you hated it, I would have changed it. I mean, without question. I wasn't.
Why didn't I say I hated it? Damn it.
I wouldn't have been like, oh, okay, never mind, bye. Like, no, but a lot of times I think for me, I have also, it sounds like a brag, but I have yet to have that experience of somebody being like, actually, I don't know if that's what I'm after. But usually, yeah, a lot of my, I guess, process is really, I don't know. It's more about like sort of capturing, I don't know, like a vibe, I guess, as you said, like you told me you were really into horror movies and all this other stuff, and which I mean, anybody who follows you on Instagram knows that about you, but like, you know, we had like a further kind of discussion about it, and you were like, oh, it would be cool if it could be these colors and this and this, and I was like, well, great, everything I do is orange anyway, so it's fine. And I think that's why I said that. I was like, oh, it's probably exactly what I would have done anyway. Yeah.
And the colors of the show, like I think you had looked at our Instagram or followed it already, but
yeah,
our kind of color theme that we have for the show is also kind of in line with what you do. Yeah. So like chances are, even if you hadn't said anything about it, it would have ended up like red and orange anyway, because I do that. Should we show
everything. Do you want to do that?
I'm going to show it to people right now. So what we're doing basically is she made 50 posters, which are like individually hand screened. And before I show, can you explain what makes that so like special? Like why, if people don't know what hand screening is, can you walk us through the process?
It's hard to do without, like, I would recommend if you genuinely have never seen it before, look it up on YouTube. And that's not me just being like, oh, I don't want to explain myself. Genuinely, it's like interesting to look at. I'm also a little bit biased here, but
no, it really is a fascinating process.
But basically, it's the same as a lot of people have maybe tried printing t-shirts and stuff like that, and a lot of people don't realize that it's actually the same method essentially that ends up on paper. But basically the way that I've done it is, it's this particular one is 3 colors. It's black, red, and orange. And essentially I'm just printing one layer of ink at a time. So I'll do, like, I think I sent you a photo where it'll just be 50 just orange rectangles.
And I was like, what
of the background.
I'm like,
what the fuck is this?
I don't think it's going to be very good. I don't think she knows what she's doing, because I don't understand the process totally, but now I completely do.
It's basically just taking each layer of ink and doing sort of one at a time. And so I'll do, you know, all 50 of the orange layer, and then all 50 of red, and then all 50 of black on top of that. And so it's similar to doing like a graphic t-shirt or something like that. But, you know, a lot of times if you have more advanced like equipment, I guess, you can do that shit is done for you, you know, via like a robot, or even just like not having to actually physically pull the ink yourself. You can just sort of, you know, it's less a strain on your wrists, which would be nice. But
someday.
Right. Subscribe to my Patreon.
Go to the Patreon.
Please. Right.
Patreon.com/TC Austin.
No, but that's honestly to me the main thing that differentiates doing them by hand versus doing them, I guess, a different way. There's also levels of automation to stuff like that, like whether you, like, you know, you can hand pull your ink, but have things that will, you know, like you can have individual things that will rotate and keep your layers lined up for you. I don't do that because I'm stupid. I just mark with tape on my desk. But I basically do everything by hand. Like, I'm not a digital artist, like, at all. So the entire process for me is done by hand.
Digital artist cheating.
I'm not going to say that. The reason I don't do it is because it's fucking hard and I'm not good at it, and I give up on things I'm not good at. So,
it's a good attitude. If
Right.
at first you don't succeed, quit.
Don't try again.
Quit.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
And so like to make the initial designs and stuff, I think I sent it to you that I was drawing everything by hand, like with a pencil on paper, and then I was, painting things with acrylic paint.
It was
and
like
stuff
old
like
school
that.
shit, like straight up art class stuff.
Yeah, because that's the only real way that I do it. Like you can print that shit out from a computer and stuff like that. But like I said, like I'm not a digital artist, and so there's more to that process. Like when I do stuff by hand, it's an even more sort of strenuous and like hand done process. And that's not to say that like doing that stuff digitally is bad in any capacity. I just don't, I just am not good at drawing on a tablet. So I draw it by hand with a fucking pencil or whatever. And, and I was a painter before I was making posters. So it makes sense for me to paint stuff with acrylic or whatever the fuck to make like the actual, transparencies that go on the screens. So it just was a natural transition from the shit that I was already doing.
So what we did was, like, I think I said that we did 50 hand screened posters that we're going to put on Patreon first. And then if the Patreon people don't scoop them up, they're going to go to the masses. But I would like to show one right now. This is number 1 of 50. And I really am so touched that you did this. Like, you really killed it. And I am so stoked. And here it is, everybody. Here it is. What a fucking beauty.
When I sent you a weird cryptic message that said, like, send me a photo of your left hand, and you just did it without asking questions.
Yeah, I that's well, no, I've been asked for one other hand photo before, but that was my second time. It was
Why?
still fresh to me. What's that?
Why?
It was for my tattoo artist.
Oh,
Yep.
okay, fair enough. I was hoping it was something weirder.
But if you look close, like pick up the poster. You have one. You have that's number 2 of 50.
I do. Yeah. Where's my camera? Oh, here it is.
Right, you can look right there.
I'm
Yep.
so unprofessional.
Well, walk us through like where the idea come from. How did you execute it? What was just the whole thought process? It's neat to me because I haven't even asked you yet, like, to walk me through.
Oh, okay.
through it.
I guess you haven't. This is also so funny to me because this, as an aside, this reminds me of when I used to do like critiques in school. I'd have to like present my work and fucking explain myself. I'm like,
and now only the whole internet is judging you. So
right, exactly.
no pressure.
Y'all will be nicer than my fucking illustration teachers. It's fine. One time I had an illustration teacher tell me I should consider a different major. So
Wow. I had my English teacher told me to drop out of school because I would never amount to anything.
ooh, nice.
So high five.
That was not a high five, by the way.
Whatever. Fist bump. I'm stupid. I'm old. All right. So what's up
That's
here?
okay. I'm not old. I'm just stupid. But basically, where it came from was that you basically told me, you were like, oh, it'd be kind of cool if it was like an old horror movie poster. And I took that and ran with it. And great. Yeah. Put a shit ton of them up. What I did basically was, usually if I have something in mind that I want to make it like or similar to, I will gather a bunch of resources of that thing. So what I did for you was I actually sent it to you, which that still exists, by the way, if you ever want to look at it again. I should send you the link. You can post it. But basically, I just looked at a bunch of old. I think there was horror stuff, but there was also other weird shit in there too that just had a vibe that I liked. Like I think there was like a Django poster and like a Vertigo poster and stuff like that, which I really liked. There was some other random like concert posters in there too. And I basically just picked out bits and pieces of what I thought made old horror posters what they were. And so usually like what it is for me is like taking the thing that I'm trying to make it similar to and distilling it down and figuring out what those elements are that make it look like what it is and make it recognizable. So in this case, what I actually did very specifically, I was actually hoping I get to talk about this because nobody gives a shit. So like now I have a captive audience.
Do it, please.
But this font was actually part of that because I noticed that a big thing was that in a lot of older like 40s, like 30s to 50s horror posters, usually the font was kept pretty simple and it didn't compete with whatever illustration was happening in any way. But you get later into the like 80s and 90s and you start to get the appearance of like scary fonts. So which gives like a horror effect. Like, or you think about like, you probably have no idea. Do you ever like Goosebumps books from like the 90s?
Listen, for fuck's sake. I'm old, but I know what Goosebumps is.
Listen, I wasn't sure if you'd have a reason to read them.
Do you know what the Hardy Boys is?
Yeah, of course I do. Fuck
All
you.
right, so I know what Goosebumps is, for fuck's sake.
Great. In my defense, I figured like
Millennials.
I hate you so much. Why am I here? Anyway, but you start to see a lot of that stuff where the font is kind of used to also convey genre. Like you get like that kind of scary like blood drip fonts or scratchy stuff like that. But on older posters, the thing that often is what unintentionally sort of tells your brain that it's older is the fact that illustration and font are not sort of competing. Like you have like we've started to get back into that now, but it's like to a more minimalist degree where you look at a lot of posters now, especially in like the horror genre, and they're very like just white Times New Roman, whatever. It's boring, but okay.
To each their own.
I just think it's, I just am very passionate about font design. And I wish that people would, do it again.
It's its own art. I mean, font is its own.
No, it is. I took an entire semester
art.
about typography. That's why I give so much of a shit about fonts and nobody else does. But so that was something that I actually like really specifically chose to focus on, was that element of it, because I felt like that was going to cement it as being something that was a more like mid-century horror feel, as opposed to something that was more recent or like an attempt at horror, but not quite getting there. Cause I'm not like a horror person at all. But yeah, so that was like one of the elements specifically that I picked out as being like having that kind of feel. And like for this, like one of the things that I have to decide when I do a print like this is how much I want to have be black and how much I want to have be color. Like I am a person that I don't really use like neutrals. Like I don't really ever use brown. I think the last time I mixed up any kind of skin tone was when I had to for school years ago. So I have to kind of decide how much I want to be an insane vibrant color and how much I want to be black. And so I noticed that there was a lot of emphasis on really heavy blacks. So I wanted it to keep it so that the majority of the design was actually on that final black layer. Like I think when I sent you the photos, especially of the second one where it was just the orange and red, you were like, what the fuck am I looking at? Because it looks like nothing.
I don't think I said it like that.
You did.
Oh, okay, cool. I probably said it like that. What is this shit?
But yeah, because it looks like nothing. It doesn't look like anything until you get, they call the black layer like the key layer or whatever for a reason, because it kind of brings your shit together if you're using a black layer. And so for me, like for this, the majority of the design work was done knowing that all I was going to have to do is put color underneath it. Like I didn't do any like shading or anything like that, because I don't, but I could if I wanted to, add in shadows and highlights and stuff with color, but I elected not to because I just wanted it to be focus on the super heavy blacks instead and pull out highlights and rim lighting and stuff like that instead.
And every part of it really stands out. And is that why things stand out so much? Because there's no shadows or shading? I did put highlighting. Like you can see rim lighting on like the face and the jacket and stuff like that. But a lot of that is just because I like doing that. And I feel like it helps like set a figure in a scene if you pull a little bit of that like a background element into it. And that's like something that I feel like is common as sort of art in general, is like the way that light reflects on somebody and, the color of the light reflecting on whatever you have in your foreground. And so that helped me at least to cement everything as one piece and keep it and have it just be like, it's not like orange sky in the background. It's that everything is sort of bathed in this light. And so you get that it kind of has that overall effect. I love it so much. I'm so stoked about it. I think we're going to do more in the future, hopefully. If people enjoy these, which I can't imagine they won't. If you guys want to support me and support this artist right here, then you can go to patreon.com/rareformradio, and those people will get first crack at the 50 posters that we did. So, yeah. So, you guys, this can be yours, I think, what did we decide price-wise? I think
we said $35.
$35 is what these are going to be, plus shipping. If you live in a different country, we'll have a discussion. But I'll figure out how to have you guys get a hold of me. Instagram, Patreon, Twitter, wherever. And if you want to support TC as well, you can find her at TC Austin, AUSTIN.
Like as in Texas.
Correct. You can find her on Instagram, Twitter, and seriously, I know the people that support this show on Patreon, you do it because you're supporting independent creators and artists, and that is precisely what she is. So at least check out her Patreon, which is patreon.com/TC TC Austin, correct?
It is, yeah. I mostly do a lot of like behind the scenes kind of stuff that people on Instagram don't give a shit about. So you know, like now that this is out and I can talk about it, I'll post a bunch of that shit on
Hell
there.
yeah.
Like I'll do like, you know, original like sketches and stuff. Like a thing I often will do is I'll do like a side by side of the original drawing with the final thing because I always think that's kind of fun. And stuff like that. Or like, you know, I want to do more like process videos and stuff like that. I finally have a new studio set up so I can actually do that.
Awesome.
But, you know.
Are you open to can people hire you if they want something similar? Can they just hit you up? Or like, how do you get your business?
Dude, I don't know. No, it really depends. Well, it's kind of a mix of things for me. Like, obviously, like I have people that reach out to me on Instagram because they've seen my other work. And I also have people that will just hit me up and say like, oh, you know, your friend so-and-so told me whatever. So I've done stuff that way. Honestly, I feel like Instagram is probably the best way. I also, you can also go to my website, tcaustin.net because .com was taken. I don't know who that is.
Who the fuck took that?
Some realtor. I don't know. But it was either I had to have a longer name and a .com or keep it short and concise and settle for the .net. So I went for the .net. But I have a lot of other like prints and stuff like that. Like I have like both screen printed work, lino cut work. I even have some etchings for sale there. So if people like this and want to see other stuff, I have Eagles posters on there too that I've done for a couple different shows. I think I might even have a couple of those Stray Cats posters.
And a reminder, by the way, these posters are hand screened. These are not, you know, she didn't make one and then do a bunch of copies. Each one is handmade. Each one is hand numbered and signed by you.
Oh yeah, they are. Yeah.
I didn't even think if you guys want one and you want me to sign it, I will. It might ruin it, but I will if you want me to.
Be kind of fun. Sign it in gold. It'd look nice.
Gold more than silver?
Oh, I don't know. No, yeah, I think gold looks better with red and orange.
I hate most things about gold, but you are the color expert, so I will take your word for it.
Do whatever you want.
They are mine.
Yeah, that's
Technically,
true.
they're mine.
Yeah.
I'll do it. I'll tear them up if I want.
Get like one of those like copper Sharpies. That'd be pretty.
What's that? I didn't know that was one.
Yeah, dude, you can get like metallic Sharpies in a whole bunch of different colors.
Sharpie or paint pen? Which do you prefer?
Sharpie.
Okay. Well, if you guys want, I will sign one in Sharpie for you. By the time you see this, they're available. Hit me up anywhere you can find me. It's very easy. And please give TC a follow at TC Austin on all of the social medias. And seriously, thank you so much for doing this. I love it. I'm flattered. I'm honored. I've never looked cooler. By the way, it's me. It's me. That's me as a dead person. So like in like 6 years, that's me, pretty much at the way things are going. But seriously, you did great work. I'm so stoked, and I think we'll do more. And we might do something else with this image at some point, maybe. Don't tell anybody, okay? TC, thank you very much for coming in.
Thank you for having me.
And you guys enjoy the rest of episode number 100 of Rare Form Radio. We're back from our wonderful break. That was a very good time. How have you guys been since the break?
Pretty good. Dan.
Pretty good. We bonded.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Good. Got all caught up. What?
Yeah. We caught up. Dan, did we get any questions for the 100th episode?
What do you mean?
We asked if anyone.
What he means is, did anyone send in a question for the 100th episode?
Yeah. What do you mean? What do you mean by that? I don't get it.
Meaning you posted something.
Yeah.
Asking our listeners.
Yeah.
If they wanted to ask anything to
that.
Or
Well, the answer to that is not a single person sent in one kind of. So, I mean, we have like 1,000 something followers on Instagram, and Twitter's a good amount. I put out a post being like, "Hey, we're celebrating episode 100." I didn't say that you were going to be here. Mm-hmm. Maybe they would have cared if I did that. But if you guys want to send in like a message or a video of hope or of like congratulations. And not a single one of you, who I love, thank you guys, love you all, not one of you did. And I'm not going to say it doesn't crush me a little, but you know what? It's cool.
Hey guys, just wanted to say congratulations on the big 100. I look forward to the episodes every week. They're awesome. Guest hosts, just fantastic. And Dan, you're pretty good at what you do. So I look forward to the next hundreds. And yeah, fuck man, Sorum. Cheers, guys.
I just love vagina holes and whatever, so it's whatever. But Darren, thank you for asking.
You're welcome.
So do you think that people would have asked questions if they knew I was going to be here?
Probably.
Well, what you could do is you could throw it out there.
Okay.
And you can have them ask questions directed at me.
Okay.
And I'll just text you the answer. So
funny
I'm
idea.
never coming back here again.
If you guys have any questions for Todd Newman, you can send them to me, and then I'll get them answered somehow over the next few months.
Because all I get on my posts, like on Instagram or whatever, is pretty much questions for Dave. Still.
That's it.
Oh, yeah. Wow. Is Dave doing this? Or what did Dave do to his hair? Or is Dave? I'm like, what are you fucking asking me for?
Listen, you and I would have no listeners ever if it wasn't for doing the show with him, and it's great. I've gotten so much from him, a full career. But if I would be so happy to never hear again of, can you tell Dave? It's like,
Yeah.
As soon as I say, can you tell Dave? I'm like, first of all,
I just
no,
blank out.
and then
Yeah.
delete.
Delete, yeah.
You get those
I just
messages?
blank out.
Dude,
Yeah, oh, yeah.
hundreds and hundreds over the last 12, 13 years.
Nice.
Like truly hundreds, maybe 1,000 times someone's asked a question about Dave, or can you pass along, can you show him this? Can you have him call me?
Really?
Yeah.
You've gotten those. Can Dave call me for my birthday? What? Not a chance. If you were on your deathbed, I would not ask him to call you for anything. Even though he might. Some people he might actually do it for. But
There are certain people who ask me stuff, but they know me. Like, and I'm not even like.
there's a difference.
Not even like on a personal level, but like through doing the show or whatever, we've become closer with some other
course.
people, and they'll ask, "Hey, can the favor?" Da, da, da. Sure.
yeah, right.
But like someone who I have no idea who. I don't even know if it's like a male or a female, like because their icon isn't the thing, and even if it is, you don't really know. Like,
Right.
I have no reference point to you at all, and you're asking me to ask someone personally some intimate favor for you. Like, that's why the world is so fucked up, man. No one fucking has any scruples.
I got to I'm going to read one. If I can find it real quick.
Please, I would love to.
From a fucking
We should have been
lunatic.
We should have been cataloging every question we've ever gotten that wasn't for us, and like you
reading them?
Oh,
yeah, and just
shit.
reading them, like
We could fill two full
2
shows.
days.
Two
We could fill
full days.
48
We can do an entire
hours
season. Let me see if I can
of
find this
stuff.
quickly. Talk amongst yourselves, and I'll see if I can find this shit. We're just waiting for me either way. Oh fuck!
Yeah, we have nothing to talk about.
You've probably heard from this woman before too, Todd.
Can you say the name, or you don't want to?
This chick.
God damn! Just so everybody knows, I'm not wearing these for fashion. I can't fucking see anymore. Like 8,000 years old. Oh, I think I blocked
Okay.
that a long time ago.
I'm gonna read the whole thing because I don't give a shit. I'm not gonna say her name, but I told her maybe 2 or 3 years ago, like, stop sending me messages about Dave. Like, and so I'm gonna read the whole. I don't remember how it goes. Hello, Dan. How are you? I hope that I'm not disturbing you. You are. But I have one last message for Dave. Please have him read it. Thank you. And she signed her name. Hi, Dave. How are you? It's been a while since we spoke. I don't believe I've ever spoken. I'm currently in remission, but that's not why I'm writing you. I understand that you, the DM crew, and Janes all hate me and think I'm crazy. We don't know who you are. I understand that you wouldn't normally settle for some middle-class family and mainly British Isles, German, and Brazilian descent like me. I get that you're 20 years older than me and we don't always see eye to eye on things, but over the past couple months, on and on. Should I stop reading this or should I keep reading it?
I get it.
I can't get over you. Life sucks without you in it. I realize, yes, I have issues, but I work and cope on. Like, they have never met before, and these happen, and it goes on and on and on and on, and it ends with, now and always, I really don't want to lose you. I love you.
Yeah, it's fucking scary.
Damn.
Now you know why he pulls back from doing shit like this and da-da-da-da. Like, and I get it. I fucking get it.
Yeah.
You know?
I think I get it now.
Yeah.
It's I don't think you can really fathom what it's like to be, first of all, like super famous anyway, but famous and like good looking. I mean, I understand the good looking part. I mean, obviously, but to be famous and good looking, it must.
Because you have good looking friends. And they tell you
That's what it is.
what it's like.
That's what it is.
What a crew you hang out with.
Yeah, I know. But man, that just must be nonstop.
Yeah, I get ones like that. And especially look, and I'm not joking here, I'm being serious. I get a lot, still to this day, a lot of messages from trauma survivors, domestic violence, because of the film.
That's great. Yes.
And it's great. And when it's sincere, I know it's sincere. And when it's like, hey, I really related, and then some pivot into something else with Dave, I'm like, fuck, man. Like, I can't believe the balls you have to use that. As an in, you know what I mean? And I do enjoy getting those reactions, with
it's got to be.
Yeah, it's great.
I'm sure that's the kind of thing for you as, first of all, as a filmmaker, anyone liking what you do creatively.
Yeah.
And then also something that's so close to you because it happened to your best friend.
Right.
And the subject matter is so serious and a real problem. And knowing that the film has helped hundreds or thousands of people, I usually never gets old.
Right, and I usually always answer like when I know this is a real thing. You know what I mean? But like, there are people that use it as an in, and then they start going on and on. And when I get a message like that, just on looks of it, when I scroll, I haven't even read a word.
Dude, if
and
it's
I'm
a two-thumb scroll,
like,
too much.
Yeah.
If it's 2 flicks,
first say hi.
Right.
Let me answer you back. See if I'll engage in a conversation with you, but don't have a conversation with me without my at me without my participation.
That's key, is the at thing.
Yeah.
Like you're just the vessel, the middleman.
I've also gotten like, I'll delete it or whatever, and then I've gotten like, I see you saw my message. Fuck you, asshole. Like, fuck you, you fucking cunt.
He's back, everybody. Yeah. Todd is back in the house. I love it. Love it. No, it's so true. You fucking cunt. Love it.
And those are the dudes I'm talking about.
Of course. I still want you guys to do a commentary track on the movie.
We've wanted to, and I don't know why we didn't, but we've wanted to, and it's been hard to get us into the room. And then also, like, here's the other thing. I just saw it again for the first time, like, since the premiere of it.
Was it on TV, or you just wanted to watch it again just to?
It was on. It was running on something like Axis or something, like one of the stations that had originally bought it, and I watched the whole thing like from the beginning, and it's heavy for me. And it's good too. Like, it's not all heavy. Like, because I start remembering things of, oh yeah, that day, like what happened earlier that day. Like, not necessarily what's on the screen. But for him, I know it's probably a lot harder to say, we're gonna sit down, we're gonna pick this thing apart, and you and I are gonna do commentary on it. It's daunting, So I don't push it. But we both have wanted to do it.
Yep.
And I've even talked to the distributors about like we might do another cut with a bonus thing, and And at one time we were going to press out DVDs and, add bonus stuff in there and stuff like that, which we still could do. That's not out of the question, but, it's got to be comfortable.
Of course.
So.
And that's I feel like for someone like Dave and someone who's gone through what he has gone through, that window to do it is probably so small where it'd have to be like set up, ready to go. And then he calls you like, I'm ready in an hour.
Yeah.
Like,
okay.
be there in an hour.
Yeah,
and if you miss that window, his mood has changed.
Yeah.
Because I'm sure you have to be emotionally prepared to do that kind of shit.
Because I think it would be helpful to hear our take on things that you're seeing. Mm-hmm. Funny stuff, insightful stuff. You know what I mean?
Well, the whole point of a commentary track, like director's commentary is, that was like the only reason I would buy Blu-rays and DVDs still, was to get that shit.
The commentary, yeah.
Of course. And there's so much funny shit that people don't realize that was happening while you're looking at things.
I guess if people really wanted to, they could pay me a fee and I'll sit there and watch it with them and talk to them. Grand
person?
review or something.
So to that girl that sent me that message on Facebook, hit Todd up. He's looking to watch a movie with you. That would be great.
You know, 10,000 maybe.
That's
per
pretty good.
view.
Yeah, most of the listeners here can probably afford that kind of thing.
Yeah.
That's great. Just for starters.
Yeah.
And that's over Zoom. That's not
right.
in person.
Yeah, it's Zoom.
In person, it's
25.
1 mil. Okay, yeah, 25. That works.
25 in person.
Speaking of documentaries,
And you have to buy me a watch of my liking.
it's more like $50,000 what we're talking about. Have you guys seen on Hulu this documentary called Sasquatch?
No. I've heard about it, and you brought it up to me, and I'm dying that I didn't see it now, but...
It's about it's a 3-part. What are those called? The docuseries or the miniature? What are they called?
Miniseries.
No, it's like
docuseries. Yeah.
Okay. It's a 3-part about this guy, Holthouse. What the hell's his first name? He's a filmmaker. Fuck. I should have done some research. But
Steven Spielberg.
Steven Spielberg made a documentary about Sasquatch.
George Lucas.
Both of them was a joint feature, of course, and Kevin Smith wrote it. And it was produced by Quentin Tarantino, Coppola. And it's about these 3 weed farmers in 1993 who were supposedly torn apart and killed by a Sasquatch. And the not the filmmaker, but the guy who is in it, he's a documentary maker. He didn't make this one, but he was working on the farm when this happened.
A documentarian.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct. Excuse me. And he was like working on the weed farm in 93, and these guys burst in the room saying, "We just found 3 bodies and they're torn apart. All the weed is still there, but they were killed by Bigfoot." And it's
But how do they know that? You're talking, they witnessed it, or?
they found the bodies, and the bodies were pulled apart. There was no
Right.
gunshots. There was
Right.
no chopping. It was like they were stretched
Ripped.
apart
Yeah.
and crushed. And they didn't think it was a robbery because
All the stuff was
there was $150,000 worth of weed there.
Mhm.
I don't want to say too much about it, but it's
Right.
a
Yeah,
3-part.
no, I might go and watch it
It's
right after
fucking
this.
great. And this Holthouse guy, the guy who remembers hearing those guys say it, like goes back to the town and starts asking questions to people he shouldn't be asking questions to.
Uh-huh.
Because I mean, you probably know that like the weed life back then was much more. It's probably still dangerous.
Yeah.
But was so dangerous back then. Armed guards.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
people would get disappeared.
You're talking
a lot.
$1 million operations. It's not.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But have you guys ever been to an actual weed farm?
Yeah. But plenty of times.
Really?
In fact, I
Like
know.
marijuana or weeds?
Real question? Is that a real question?
That was a real question.
It actually was. Now I know how
Darren.
stupid it is.
Are you sitting down?
Why would anybody grow weeds
All right,
for like?
shut up. All right, shut up.
Dude, we have $1 million operation.
Here's the thing.
What are you
Here's the
growing? Weeds. Oh, marijuana? No. Like
weeds.
shrubs. What the fuck,
But
dude?
even this, shrubs are even not weeds. Like,
No.
in
I
fact,
get
the
it.
first thing you do when you establish any kind of farm or even a little garden on the side of your house is you get rid of the weeds.
He's talking about guys cultivating it on purpose.
So wait, he's got actually. I think he's onto something because what you and I should do is here's what we're gonna do.
Got
We're gonna
1,000
start.
acres.
We're gonna start a weed farm where we grow actual weeds, and we're gonna sell. Oh, who our clientele is we're gonna sell
Fucking
them.
retards like Darren.
We're gonna sell them to retards like that. No, we're gonna sell them to people who want to plant weeds in actual weed farms to destroy the competition.
That's the key. It means like selling rabbits to people.
Yeah.
Oh my god. We're like weeds or marijuana. But about 3 minutes ago, I always thought you were a smart dude. Now I know for sure that you're not. And also, you're fired. Oh,
When anyone, let me give Darren a little piece of life's advice.
do it because I'm going to pass out.
When anyone ever makes a statement to you, for example, like, you say weed farm, like weeds or marijuana, and they say, "Are you kidding?" Just say. You
totally.
always say, no matter what you think in your head, you always say, "Oh yeah, I was just kidding." That's always the answer to the "Are you
You're
kidding?"
right.
question.
Absolutely.
My body is soaking wet with sweat. That was so good. Good one, dude.
We got to get him like a weed shirt, but it's weeds, like just weed,
Just like
a weed
gross
logo.
little destructive plants. I don't even know how to come back from that. Reset.
All right, so
Todd, you ever been to a weed farm?
Yes.
Darren, be quiet.
yes, in fact, I know I have friends of mine that do that and have been doing it for generations. You know, their
no
whole
shit.
families have been doing it. Yeah. So I've been there many times, and the fucking operations that they have going on. This isn't like stoners fucking, yeah, we're growing some weed.
Got a
dude.
greenhouse in the garage.
No, these are people that like invest hundreds of thousands of dollars and their time and their energy, and their families are all behind it. And these people are botanists, scientists, can build anything, carpenters. Like they have this pool of talent to do this stuff. That's like, wow, these people are fucking really living their lives. Like it's insane what they do.
So you said generations and decades
Like, yeah,
and
they
decades.
come from families that have been doing this, and now it's turned from being on the black market to
No offense,
legalization. You know what I mean? Well, that's how they refer to it, is black market and white market, in the sense that what's legal and what wasn't.
Okay.
And I actually have a few friends who are permitted now, like by the government, to have their. Like, you don't have to do it under the cover of the woods and and make it fucking a maze to get up into. Like they're open and sanctioned, and they do what they do. So yeah, but some of them are fucking insane. In
Well, I'm
fact,
sure
I
they're
have pictures in here. I was just at one a couple weeks ago,
No shit.
visiting a friend. Yeah, for like, I was working on a project too, and I was like, oh, maybe this is a good location thing, not for that purpose, but just because it's open space too and stuff. And
Was that a farm?
yeah, it was at a farm, and like they were just explaining to me everything that goes into it, and all their innovations and inventions of how to speed up the process, or how to purify the process even better. Like, I'm like, these guys are like fucking geniuses. You know what I mean?
Well, they're not Yeah, of course.
And the irrigation and the water and the amount of the vitamins and the this.
I mean,
and
they're
the
farmers.
sunlight and
They're
yeah, it's
straight up,
insane.
they're farmers.
Straight up farmers. Yeah, but it's insane what they do. And
But they were active back when it was
impressed.
scary and dangerous. And how do you know how those places don't get busted all the time? I feel like you just
some do.
fly
and
a helicopter over anywhere in Humboldt or Mendocino, whatever. And
they're that good at what they do. So like, yeah, some do and some don't, and you have to worry about competition and burning your shit down, and like, yeah, there's all
real.
kinds of, it's real. It's business. You know what I mean?
have they talked at all, or have you asked about like why the black market is still so popular?
No, I mean, I haven't. I imagine, because this is me guessing, because I haven't asked that. But I think, well, first of all, it's not legal everywhere, so there's that.
True, that's true. Yep.
And once you get into legalization, you're dealing with taxation. You're dealing with a bunch of red tape that you don't have to deal with on the black market. You know what I mean? So I'm sure that there's a reason why. Now you're getting taxed on everything.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So like, yeah, I'm sure that there's the obvious reasons why.
Because I've heard a lot of the farms, they maybe not a lot. I've heard that some farms will still make stuff for the white market and then still sell a ton on the black market.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't have those conversations.
I imagine you wouldn't.
But
ask.
yeah, I'm sure that goes on. You know what I mean?
It's crazy. It's crazy.
But if look at it this way, like, it's the same as any other business that's like, here's what we're selling, here's what we're going to do out the back door, give these people a discount or whatever for this reason, so we don't have to claim it, or so we don't You know, I'm sure every business has its thing that, you know what I mean? So
California just decriminalized mushrooms and psychedelics,
yeah.
which is pretty great.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty
I
great
agree
news.
too.
Yep.
I mean, sober and all that, I agree with all that. Like, it's just fucking ridiculous. And
And
it is prison is a business, and most of it's private business. Do you know what I mean?
Have you seen White Boy on Netflix?
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah, it's great.
If you want any better, there's no better explanation of how fucked up the system is than by watching White Boy.
Yeah.
Have you seen that, Darren?
No, you told me about it.
Oh, I did. Okay. Yeah, it's a like Detroit kid who was 17 years old and was a non-violent criminal who got put in jail by Axel Foley's boss from Beverly Hills Cop.
Yeah.
Which I had no idea.
Yeah, he's a real,
I remember as a kid thinking, that guy is so fucking good. What a great casting job.
Yeah.
Why hasn't he done more?
Yeah.
And then it turns out he's
a real
crooked ass cop.
Yeah.
That was. Did you know that already?
Yeah.
I had no clue. But what were we saying? Oh yeah,
I mean, I
mushrooms.
only knew that because years ago I saw some article on him. You know,
Crazy. Totally nuts. But watch White Boy on Netflix. Watch Sasquatch.
the Sasquatch thing too. When I was just up north, I wish I would have known you were going to talk about Sasquatches. 'Cause I went into this dispensary. One of my friends, his buddy owns it. So he's like, oh, let's just go say hi. And up there, it's like, it's like a bar, like there's open space and it's nice. And we're in there. I'm like looking at all the stuff. I'm just find it interesting. I'm looking at all the stuff and I'm like, what's that? There's this button up shirt like on a hanger for sale. It's like a green button up shirt with trees all over it and and Sasquatches hidden in the trees and stuff. And I was like,
did you get it?
oh yeah,
Of course
Not
you
only
did.
did I get it, it was a little like roomy in the sleeve, so I already had it altered.
Oh
I
my
had
God.
alterations done on it, so it tailor fits me.
You got to send me a picture so I can throw it in right here.
Okay,
That's pretty amazing. Are you going to wear it
yeah, fuck yeah,
when it cools down?
yeah.
It has full long sleeves?
No, it's just short sleeve button up shirt.
Hell yeah.
It's like a Hawaiian shirt, but Sasquatch
Oh,
style.
that's fun. Why do they have that up there?
Because where I was up north is like a lot of woods and stuff, so the Sasquatch thing sells. Do you know
I
what
would
I mean?
love for you to ask your people if they've ever heard Bigfoot stories up there.
I'm sure that they have.
Do you guys believe in Bigfoot?
No.
I don't know. I have no idea. I don't even know what it is.
It's.
I mean, I know it's like supposedly.
This might be the worst show for you that you've ever had.
I mean, I know it's like.
Are you kidding?
Yeah.
There you go.
He's learning.
He figured it out.
He does have the capacity to learn.
He does.
We've figured
Good
that
job,
out.
buddy. Very good job, buddy. Proud of you.
Is that what you say to all the blacks?
Shit.
No, not all.
He never speaks to them. Bigfoot.
Well, let me tell you, there's
No, I know what it is.
I think there's probably more dumb white people than there are black people, to be honest.
Well, no question, because we
Yeah.
can get away with being stupid.
Yeah.
We don't we really can. Like we have less standards to live up to and not get in trouble. Where it's very unfortunate.
That's
but,
true.
I mean that. Like it's
Yeah.
free,
White people
free
are
pass.
fucking morons.
Yeah.
I'll say it. Blanket statement.
And I'm still I'm so lucky. Still so lucky. I say it every week. What else we got? Oh, you did something cool yesterday. We don't talk about the project, but you took photographs yesterday, and you worked with one of
I
the
actually
one of the
did video.
pros. You did video,
and he was doing photos, and so I got the opportunity to work alongside Ross Halfin, who's like, he's the guy. If you saw any pictures of any rock band in the last 30 years or so or whatever, like maybe even a longer span than that. I mean, he shot Led Zeppelin, David Bowie, like from then all the way up through the Metallicas and Guns N' Roses, like everybody. This guy is shot. In fact, the picture I posted of Eddie Van Halen when he passed away, which I've kind of stopped doing that unless it's somebody I really, really
you
care
just
about.
wait.
Yeah.
You gotta just the
Yeah,
ones
yeah.
that matter to you.
Yeah.
Because everyone else is like,
Yeah. It's a picture of Eddie, and he's got one leg splayed out. He's on stage. He's like real low with his guitar. It's a perfect picture. It almost looks posed, and it's not. He took that picture. Like this guy
iconic
is,
stuff.
Yeah, he's
like, if you watched, you remember Behind the Music on MTV? If there's ever anyone about like a 80s rock band, Ross was in it.
yeah.
Talking about
And
the stuff he saw.
He was the fucking nicest, coolest guy. And like, I got to admit, when I found out that I was going to be shooting with him, like alongside of him in the room, like I was like a little nervous, like this guy is a fucking legend. He's iconic. I have enjoyed his pictures. I've enjoyed his photography. His career is fucking insane. And he was fucking awesome. He was the nicest, coolest guy. And so, yeah, it was an honor. But no, I can't talk about what I was shooting because it's little thing for the government that I was doing.
Really? Is it UFO stuff?
Sasquatch.
What is that? Bigfoot? Darren, what's Sasquatch?
A Bigfoot?
Yeti.
You asking? Are you sure? Yeah. You kidding?
Yeah, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
Cool.
No, so yeah, it was a fucking great opportunity, and the guy was fucking awesome.
When are we gonna see what you guys were working on?
And I'm hopefully soon.
Okay. I know what it is.
You do know what it is.
I'm excited about it too. You mentioned the government a minute ago.
Mm-hmm.
I know you always shit on the UFO thing. Are you even mildly intrigued with what's been going on lately?
Well, I'm always intrigued. I just don't believe that it's true.
God, still?
No.
God damn it, dude.
That it's gonna take more than that for me to fucking believe.
What do you need?
I need one to walk through the door and be like, you know,
I'm
Todd,
here.
We are, yeah, we know and understand you, and and like talk to me. Like I just don't believe it.
So you can get no.
I'll go all day with the theories and this and that, and I'm not like bullshit. I love the subject matter of it. I just don't believe. I would like to believe, but I just don't. Like
You want to believe.
I don't know if I want to, but I would.
Right.
You know, but it's going to take more than just like, yeah, I seen the new footage that's, you know, and the government saying, hey, you know, there's shit out there that we don't know. And I'm just like, yeah, that's what it is to me. It's stuff that you don't know. Is it an alien from another planet, another life force, whatever? Is it, you know, human beings in the future who could fucking travel through time, or in the past, like whatever it is? I'll go toe to toe and listen to all the arguments and be open to it. I just don't believe it yet.
Damn. Okay. Fair enough.
You know, like what are they waiting for?
The aliens
Yeah.
or the government?
If it's aliens, say, because you believe it's aliens, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, so what are they doing? Like they're out there, you see a little dot, and they're like, oh fuck, they're looking at us, and they like, what are they looking for? What are they?
Don't know. I mean, also, like, someone made the analogy that we don't introduce ourselves or explain our existence to a pile of ants, to an ant pile, an anthill. They might see us the same way. Like, we don't need to communicate with these people or these things. We're here to get resources from Earth. We're here to...
That sounds like the biggest bunch of bullshit I've ever heard in my fucking life.
But do you understand the analogy?
Yeah, I understand the analogy.
Like, we're ants?
I'm not Darren. I understand the words that are coming out of your mouth.
Perfect.
I understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just don't buy it yet. I'm saying yet. I'm adding yet into that thing.
So what do you think it is?
I don't know. Just like they're saying.
That's fair.
Look,
They did say...
an unidentified flying object is exactly that. It's an object that you've seen flying that you can't identify. Does it mean it's aliens? Does it mean it's, you know, some fucking kid who's living in the Philippines who's QAnon, who's made a thing that can move that way? Like, you don't know yet. You know what I mean?
The one thing they did say for the first time ever, our government said, this is not technology that we have. We did not make these, and we don't know of any
anybody
technology
could.
that could.
Right.
But
there could.
There could.
Right.
But that's a pretty massive acknowledgement. Speak of the dev.
Yeah, I'm not worried.
No. What else we got?
That's pretty much it.
I've got a couple dumb questions.
Let's grab those.
What's this one? Oh, you weren't here for this, Todd, but we had someone write in. Were you here, Darren, when the guy asked about relationship advice? He wanted to ask out his roommate, who was really hot, but he's much older, and it was very awkward.
Yes.
Okay. So someone wrote in and asked, hi, Dan, just remembered a real question I have. What happened to that guy who had the crush, who really needed to take a shit? Did he go for it? Did they fuck? Are they in love? Don't bother asking him any of that. What I'd really like to know is, has he taken that shit yet? So we had a guy, he had a crush on his roommate, but didn't know how to approach her about it. That was it, right? Something like that?
Yeah.
That sounds familiar to me. Was that in my day or was that recent?
That was recent.
Oh, okay.
That was recent. And then he responded, because I asked him, I said, what's up with your situation? What up, Dan? Yeah, of course. You don't need to do the anonymous thing this time. I realized I didn't say anything that bad. Again, sorry for the long response. I had made the decision to tell her how I felt, but I was still getting all awkward. Kind of how 1955 George McFly would talk to Lorraine in Back to the Future. Good reference. I was just about to build up the nerve to do it, but then she started talking the way people do when they are starting to have an identity crisis.
Now, I do believe Back to the Future predicted 9/11.
I love that about you.
But go ahead.
It's a. You sent me that video years ago.
It's black and white.
Unbelievable.
It's undeniable.
Clear as day.
What about them predicting Trump?
Yeah, that too.
That too. Biff Tannen, part 2.
100%.
Completely.
Go ahead.
Back up. Starting to have an identity crisis. She said, I don't know what I want to do with my life. I'm so unhappy. Maybe I will move to Australia. No, maybe Ireland. No, I figured it out. I'm going to move to Scotland to become a writer. And he says, I know this is common for mid-20s people, but to me, this is a scorching, flaming 50-foot red flag. I had several long-term relationships, and when the girl started talking like this, it turned into a nightmarish, overly dramatic, painful breakup because they, quote, need to figure out who they are. Ugh. I don't have the patience or emotional fortitude to go through this situation again, especially if she is thinking of moving halfway around the world, so I ended up keeping it to myself. I'm much less awkward now, at least. To be clear, if she took me aside and said, I want you to fuck me as awkwardly as you've been acting, I would gladly oblige and give her the best 5-second 2-pump chumping of her life. Back to the dating app life. So it never happened for our boy. No.
I wasn't paying attention. Can you read that again?
Yeah. So the first question was, so there's that update.
Back up to Darren not knowing if it was a weed farm or not.
Oh my God, I haven't laughed like that in a
I
long time.
I lost any kind of consciousness I had for the show since
The show was kind of over at that point. I think that was kind of like, that might be, we have to end on episode 100.
Yeah.
Like
we've
done it.
Yeah. You're not going to, it's not going to get, the bar is set way too high.
We've had the moment. There was one time when you, me, and Frank were doing the show at that other place, and Frank tried to say the word cock, and he said cook.
Yeah, I remember that.
And we fucking lost our minds for about 18 minutes.
Sometimes she play with my
cook. And there was a pause. He kept talking, and Todd and I look at each other, and we just exploded in laughter. And we're like, "You're what? You're cook?"
I felt it break and pulled it out, but like still.
Did you, Frank? When yours broke, did you?
My worry wasn't pregnancy. My worry was like, fuck, I'm gonna get something.
Right.
I was worried about the pregnancy part, but more than that, it actually hurt. Like it hurt my cock, like
vagina.
Cock. It was definitely, it was one of those pains that like I hope nobody ever feels.
Why do you say it like that? Say it again.
Cock. It's an O, isn't it?
It's because It's because his wife is European, and that's how she says it.
I think she's.
But it's also the pause. It's also the pause.
Like,
it hurt my.
Well, I was just, it was taking me back to that moment, and I think it was there was a little PTSD on that delivery.
And I've never heard him sound more English.
Cock.
It hurt my cock.
Did you see? Like he was trying to think of what word
he didn't want to say it.
He wanted to say penis, but he knew we'd make a joke about it.
No. It was honestly the reminder. It's kind of like when I got LASIK. I got it when they would slice your eye, and it's just those little moments of pain.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah, no, I got LASIK back in like. Okay, you know the eye surgery, right?
Yeah, we know what it is, but how are you correlating it to a condom snapping
No, because
off?
it's just that type of like very specific pain. It's not
when the condom snaps off and gets in your eye, it's like LASIK.
I imagine it's kind of like
the condom broke, and all of a sudden you could
eye,
see really clearly.
But yeah, it's just.
You're still talking.
No, it was pretty bad. Yeah.
What, Frank?
The what?
What about your cock?
It was pretty bad.
Oh my God.
You have to say the word cock with confidence and authority.
Yeah, don't fumble around it.
Cock. Like you have to just say it. You can't. So she played with my cock.
Yeah, you can't passively say it. Or
It's like the Chris Rock bit.
What is that?
Where he's talking about trying to ask your girl for some head. It's like, you got to say that shit right.
Yeah.
You can't go, I was wondering.
If you don't mind, if it's not too much trouble. Yeah.
Very, very true.
Yeah, you just have to ask.
But Darren, you definitely gave us one of the best moments in show history, so thank you for that. This is a good one for me. Would you rather have to lick, this is from Neil. Thank you, Neil. Would you rather have to lick Steven Seagal's sweaty sack once or sit in a locked room with Matt Sorum for an hour?
I know the answer.
I would pick Sorum. I actually would pick Sorum. I have so many questions. And part of me, I'm actually at a point in my life now where I'm ready to iron things out and move past some shit. But I would like to criticize him for stealing my song, winning a Grammy, and all the fucking over so many of our friends and being such a vile prick his whole life. But other than that, I'm ready to put everything aside.
Okay, I'm gonna need the backstory off the air.
Off the air. There's so much stuff. He's been a theme in our lives for like 10 years. I feel like, something like that.
A long time.
So I think my answer would be Matt Sorum.
Wow.
And other than that,
I thought for sure you would have chosen just because of the gay thing. I thought it was a no-brainer, to be honest.
You almost walked out of it.
Fuck!
Almost.
Thought it was a no-brainer, but...
I'm going to dedicate this to you, Todd.
This motherfucker.
That's you this time.
I'm okay with being that
cool.
motherfucker.
Quickly, I also want to welcome and thank our new patron, John Sear. Thank you very much for for joining the Patreon effort. And if anyone else wants to join, you can go to patreon.com/rareformradio. You can follow Darren at DNellyRadio. You can follow Todd Newman on Instagram at Todd Newman.
Mm-hmm.
And it was lovely having you back, my friend.
It was lovely being here.
Thanks again for starting the show. And
thank you
you've
for
been
inviting
missed.
me.
Of course.
Well, I will try and pop in now and again.
Weekly.
No.
Todd is announcing his return to Rare Form Radio.
Weekly is not going to happen.
No, it was awesome having you back.
Thank you. It was great to be here.
You've been missed. I've seen you throughout the last few months.
Yes.
Like we talked plenty, but it's good to have my partner back for a day.
Well, thank you for having me.
Of course. Darren, thank you.
Thank you.
Try to be smarter next week.
I will.
Or actually, be dumber, because that was so fucking funny. And you were loved. People got mad at me last week.
They were joking, right?
I don't know. I was told multiple times to be nicer to you.
It's a gag, folks.
Well, no, I was angry. No, I was not angry.
What happened?
So we started the show. I did the intro. I had Lisa and Johnny here, and Darren started talking during the intro. He was like, "I went to college in 1990 or something." They're just out of nowhere. He's talking about college, and it was funny. And
well, every show needs a Jessica.
Absolutely, and that's it.
A Douche Hound.
Yeah, Douche Hound. And then I introduced them. Darren didn't clap, and so I yelled at him for not clapping. But people were like, "You need to." I got public messages and private messages being like,
"Really?
You need to be nicer to Darren." I'm like, "I love Darren. It was a total joke."
That's funny.
Yeah, you guys don't know that Darren gets like chauffeured around by me. Like I pick him up, I drop him off, I buy him food.
Buys me food.
Yeah, I buy him beer. Like I love him.
I saw that before. Are you drinking a Sam Adams while we're doing this? That's such a
it's the
white
rule
thing though.
Also, it's like
what, a Sam Adams?
Yeah, isn't it?
No, it ain't. It's a Boston thing.
It's a Boston thing. That's that rule. I said you can. I'll buy you beer. You can drink it.
You just made it worse for me, actually.
Dude, he starts every show with a bottle of Sam Adams and a bowl of clam chowder.
Chowder.
Yeah, chowder, dude.
And then you give him a ride in your car.
That's it. Ride in the car. You want to go to Harvard? You going to fucking Leominster? Where you going, brother? All right, Todd. Thank you, buddy.
Thank
Good
you.
to see you, Darren. And love you. And we'll see everybody else next week.
See ya.
This is Lola, and I'm here to tell the world to stop being such pussies and listen to Rare Form Radio.